everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and it is a nice 63-degree overcast day out today. And I am out here because I got some things that I need to take care of. One thing I want to do is I want to drop these purple hull peas in some spaces that have not germinated yet. So I don't know if something came in, ate my seeds, or if it just were viable. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace those with these. And I'm going to go over here to this Dollar Tree stackable, and I got to make up my mind what I'm going to do about this stackable that I planted my strawberries in. Because I am not happy with the way that the planter is looking. It has a few of the, which were dormant strawberries that are looking okay, but I'm wondering if they came out of dormancy or if something else is going on. Half of the soil that is in there is the topsoil that I usually use. I maybe should have put less or maybe none, because those strawberry roots need 4 to 6 inches of depth to grow. So if you have planted something and you know that the soil is not right or anything is wrong, and especially strawberries, because they are not cheap even when you purchase them as some of the dormant ones, the bare roots. They're not cheap, so you don't want to lose your strawberries. So go ahead, I'm going to remove those strawberries. I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to change the soil. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to plant these purple hull peas, y'all, because I need my purple hull peas to go ahead and start growing, because I'm going to show y'all. Let's go see. Let's go see. Okay, before we go over there, though, I want to show y'all my peppers. Peppers that I just planted a few days ago. Look how they have grown. The tomatoes, they also went ahead and, you know, they're fine. Although it's 63, y'all, and I just found out that there are going to be 2 days that are going to be 40, I think 46 and 43 degrees. And so I don't know how these tomatoes and peppers are going to like that. For right now, they are looking good. I went ahead and I did put my tomato stakes, and we all know tomato stakes are not the best stakes to use for your tomatoes. My parents, they used to use tomato stakes all the time, and their tomatoes did fine. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to use these tomato stakes, because as I told you, I had planned to do something else, but this is what I ended up doing, because you just have to you know, use what you got sometimes. And my problem was getting those cow paddles brought to the house. I'm gonna go ahead and just use these tomato cages this season, and maybe next season, maybe I'll try again to get those cattle panels. So this is what those tomatoes and those peppers are looking like. They are looking like they are enjoying it out here so far. So we'll see how it goes. But next to them are the purple hull peas. Okay, I planted 3 rows of purple hull peas, and that will be that one, this one, and then that one right there. And there are some that have not germinated. See if I can move it a little closer. Y'all, I had paused it for just a minute if y'all would have heard me screaming, because I stepped on my corn. I am not used to having my crops planted this close together. And well, I had the okra right here last season on the opposite side. Well, it was here, but it was on the end. And I'm not used to having it planted right there. And I stepped on it and I was screaming. It scared me. I'm like, I'm killing my plants. But I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you that also. But first I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna dig a hole and poke these seeds in it, in those spots that you can see, like right there. There's no germination right there. Then there's a weed that took over right there. So I'm just gonna pull some of those weeds, and I'm gonna drop some seeds in those spots. Okay, so since I will be using the tomato cages, I'm going to be using them with these stakes. And then I'm going to run out of tomato cages and I'm just going to be using the stakes. And what I'll be doing is I'll just be probably using some of my zip ties or some of the that I have that I purchased from Amazon. I will be using some of those as the tomatoes and the peppers grow. Then I will be just clamping the plant to these cages into these stakes to support them. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put them in there because you wanna put them in before your plants get large. You don't wanna wait till the plants grow up and then try to put your tomato cages on there. You probably could go ahead and stake it once it starts to grow, but you wanna, as these tomato plants are growing, you want to prune them, and that's getting those suckers out of the armpits so that you won't have an overgrown plant. And it's probably going to be pretty hard for me to keep up with mine because I'm probably going to end up planting at least 50 tomato plants. I don't know where I'm going to put them all at yet, but there are varieties that I want. There are a lot of those sauce tomatoes that I need to make my sauces this year. And so I'm going to be planting as many as I can get into this garden. So they're going to be poked in here and there. But one thing you want to also try and pay attention to is where you plant them when you're putting them in your beds. Try not to get them in a place where there is something that they are not a good companion with, because tomatoes don't make good companions with everything, and peppers don't either. I just found out today that there is a possibility that peppers make a good companion with sweet potatoes. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, but if that is true, there are going to be some peppers over there in that sweet potato bed. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put these in this area. I think I got 4 more. That's counting these 2 that I have in my hand, this tomato cages. Well, I see one over there. And then I think I may have a few more over there. So go ahead and put these in, and I'm going to go ahead and put the stakes next to the plants, and I'm going to start getting ready to start staking my plants up, because I do see some tomatoes that are kind of laid over, and it's just because they are growing, and they just need this support. Tomatoes need support, so just keep that in mind. And especially if you have your indeterminate tomatoes. Now, determinate tomatoes, you may be able to have some of those bush tomatoes where they may not need support. I would still support them, because as they get tomatoes on them, they're going to get heavy and start leaning over. So I would say I would stake them all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get started on mine. I don't want to have to do 50 at one time. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with the ones that I have right now. Okay, so you can see what this grouping looks like right here. Now these cages can go down further, and you can take a mallet or something like that and just kind of pound it more into the ground. The ground's kind of damp now, so it won't be hard to put in. These are the clamps that I was talking about, and I will use these clamps, and I will, as these plants grow, I will use this clamp to just clamp it. And you want to do it, I would wait and do it like right here. Or maybe right there, so that you're just trying to support it as it grows up. You don't want to put it, I wouldn't put it here and then have it clamped there, and then once these leaves or stems right here are trying to grow, then they will get damaged, which I might end up pulling them off at some point anyway. But for right now, I'm just gonna put this right here, and that's to support it. If the wind blows really hard or something, this plant, it would prevent that plant from getting broken. So that is what I'm going to be doing. This is the system that I'm going to be trying for my tomatoes. And I've used it before, and we've used it in, you know, when I was growing up. And a lot of times we would just take, you know, a piece of cloth and tie around it to hold it up. And it worked, and we, you know, got plenty of tomatoes. And I know now that we got these brands that grow so tall and they just don't hold them up as well as I found out last year. I had tomato plants that were falling over in my beds, but I still was able to harvest those tomatoes off to the end of the season. So sometimes, y'all, you just got to use what you got. That is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes, you know, you would like to have all the best things to do your gardening with, but you just got to know you really don't have to have it. You know, you might want it, but you don't have to have it. So this is going to work for me for this season, and I plan to get a lot of tomatoes off of these plants and peppers, because I will be using some. I put some cages on some peppers. See if I can move it really slowly to show you. That is a pepper plant right there that is in a tomato cage. So tomato cages are not just for tomatoes, although it's been said that they work better sometimes for the peppers. But I had a pepper plant that was in a tomato cage last season that was falling all over the place also. So it, you know, try to just make the best of whichever situation you're dealt with right now. That's the only thing that we can do, and try to you know, not get all worried about I don't have this, I don't have that. Just use what you got and make the best of it, and just enjoy the process. Enjoy the growing of your fruits and your vegetables, and hopefully that at the end you'll be able to benefit from the fruits of your labor. You'll be able to go out and grab up all those beautiful vegetables, put them in your freezer, and share them with your friends and your relatives and with your family. So I hope that everything is going well in your gardens, that you're being able to get some of your stuff planted out. And I am enjoying just being able to get some of my plants planted. And I'm not going to even worry about these couple of days of 40s that we're about to have. Let's go look at the watermelons, though. Let's take a look at the watermelons and see what they're looking like, because I don't think they're going to be too happy about those 40s. Okay, so this is what the melons are looking like now. I think they look pretty good. Got a little bit of the yellowing of the leaves. And I think all I need to do is to pour some fish emulsion on them. And I think that they will be fine. Let's go here and let's look at the corn. First, I want to show you this raspberry plant. It is doing very good. Every day that I come out, it has gotten more leaves on it. So hopefully we'll get some nice raspberries this season. Okay, so this is what the corn is looking like. I planted 4 rows of corn. It's not standing up straight, but it's not in shock. So we did not want any transplant shock, and don't look like we have any transplant shock going on. It just has not stood up all the way, and it got rained on last night. So I think it looks fine. So we'll keep an eye on the corn. And we also have 4 rows of okra. And so it is looking just fine. And that is the best looking one of the bunch right there. I got a couple of onion plants over here that are using their energy up to make some seeds, and I don't want them using their energy up on there, so I'm just gonna pull these off, and I'll take these and cut them up and eat them with my meal. Yeah, these are so nice and firm. I just wonder what they taste like. Oh my goodness, y'all, these are delicious. Delicious. Y'all, I was also able to get some off of my leeks, but they're like real solid in the center. See, I've never pulled one off a leek before. So these are like onion scapes, and these are leek scapes. Now, I eat garlic scapes all the time. They are delicious too. I wonder if these would be good on a salad, so I'm fixing to taste this one. I thought it would be stronger, but it's not. Now, this was kind of strong. It's delicious, but it is kind of strong. You know, it has that strong oniony taste. Delicious. This one is very mild tasting. It's still delicious, but it's very mild. So, yeah, these will be delicious. Chopped up in your salad. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video today and that you'll give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. And go ahead and hit the notification bell so you be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.